Okay, so I want us to remove now this insulation, the cotton tape which was used, so that we shall be able to see now where could be the problem. It could be the termination here. So as we are removing, we remove with a lot of care, so that we need to be very careful, so that we do not cause, perhaps maybe it was something which is very simple, and it forced us to do the rewinding, yet it was something very small which you can just fix it. So we remove this insulation very keen. So whatever I'm trying to do is to remove those insulation now, carefully. I am removing them carefully, so that I will not be able to destroy or damage yet the windings, yet it could be easy for me to repair something very small, and the customer go home with the motor. So it is normally it's normally hard, because the heat which is normally inside here, as well as the insulation, because normally it is insulated, so there is insulating varnish which is normally used. So when that insulating varnish gets heated, then it becomes very hard, and that's why you can see this cotton tape is just cracking. So it's just cracking. So I'm just trying to look at the termination. Where was those terminals? It could be the termination only that is having the problem. Now here there is something here. So this wire here is the insulation has come out. It has burned, and the insulation is coming out here, which if at all everywhere is having the same issue, then we will have to do the rewinding of the motor. So, and you need to be very careful as you are doing that one, because you can also, these tools can also injure you. So you need to be very careful as you are doing that. So this is the very basic beginning. Also for the beginners who have never seen a motor before, I'll just take you through until you people now to know what the motor normally has. So the reason as why I'm also very keen is because we need to do the study. We need to know exactly the construction of this motor. All motors are not constructed the same way. So every motor has its own characteristics, and you have to come up with the same motor having the same characteristics. If you do not, if you're not very keen, so that you learn first the way the motor was constructed, the way it was wound, then you will come up with a motor which is having different characteristics altogether. And that's why we are supposed to be very keen as you are doing whatever you are doing, so that you come up with the same motor. So once you have repaired your motor, it should be just the same kind of motor, not a different motor. So because every winding gives us a different kind of motor. Now, the burning, I don't know whether you'll be able to see closer. There is some insulation which has come out here, and whatever the wire is now bare here, the insulation has come out here. So this insulation, it is going to cause now short circuit here. So at times, as much as possible as you are trying to salvage the motor, at times it cannot be salvaged because of the kind of worn out insulation. So therefore, as we can see here, now with me here, there is a wire here. So we need to know where this wire, exactly where it is going to. So this is where the problem was. So as you are looking around, it was as if there is the motor is not yet. The motor is not. It was as if the motor is not yet burned. But now, after removing, this is the wire where the wire burned. And when I look inside there keenly, several wires are burned inside here. So there are several of them which are burned. So therefore, it means this motor, we are going to do the rewinding, the follow all rewinding. So there is no way we are going to repair these wires only, because already it is damaged, it is black, and the insulation is just coming out. So that because the insulation is just coming out, there is no way, even if we just say we are just you are just tightening this one alone or soldering, it will not help. That one will not help at all, because normally the motor, the temperatures of the motor will normally go rise up to, even sometimes it can even go up to 100 degrees centigrade. So therefore, there is no way we are going to do this motor without rewinding it. So therefore, the next step now we are going to look at is now to start now learning the motor the way it is. So it is now very clear that we are supposed to do the rewinding. So in our next lesson, we are going to see how we are preparing ourselves so that we do the rewinding of this motor. So before we do the rewinding of the motor, we need to take some statistics. So there are several statistics, there are several items which we need to cover in this motor before we do that rewinding. So before you do anything, before you dismantle everything, you need to learn it first. You learn the way the motor is made. You take the data. So there is so many data which we are going to see them in our next lesson, so that we are able to do the rewinding of this motor perfectly, and the motor to run normally. So thank you very much for today's lesson. Let's meet again in the next lesson as we learn. Thank you.